What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be love, Virgo. Whether you're looking for love, in love, this one's for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems. Feeling lovely. Just good energies all around here, Virgo. So, Virgo, with this spread, I'm just going to be pulling till higher self says stop. We're just kind of feeling the energies out here. And just so you're all aware, this goes for all of my readings, but especially for this one, this isn't a gender-specific reading. We're definitely just kind of reading these energies here. So, just something to be aware of, Virgo. And then, in case y'all were curious, the decks that I'm using are the Light Seers Tarot deck, the one that I'm shuffling. And then the Oracle deck that I'm going to be using is the Anatomy of a Witch deck. And I've included a link for those decks and other decks that I like using down in the description box below. So definitely take that out if you're interested. But let's go ahead and start looking at your reading here, because right off the bat, Virgo, I feel like we're at this place of maybe we're starting something new. We've been in this place of where we let some old let a past situations go, or maybe we're at least thinking about letting something go here. I feel like we've been at a place where maybe we haven't been feeling real connected to our I would say like our spirituality, but I just feel like might have been a disconnect that was going on in this, maybe in this past relationship that we're thinking about moving on towards. And we're just trying to get in this place of just like, where we have kind of quiet the noise in our heads. Maybe this is something that has got you really, maybe just like, I don't want to say like overthinking, but something along those lines, maybe anymore. This might have been a situation that it's, I feel like that maybe we didn't feel like we could really express ourselves, or I feel like that maybe it's like maybe your thoughts might have been challenged, or like our individuality may have been challenged, or this is interesting, Virgo, because you got a lot of swords here, and so I'm wondering if we were in a place of where it was just like maybe a lot of, I don't want to say like verbal abuse per se, but like maybe in a place of like where we might have doubted our ideas, or maybe doubted the person who we could become, or something along those lines. I feel like maybe that this might have been a slightly maybe like manipulative type of relationship that maybe we're either going through or or have went through in the in the past. But I will say, Virgo, if this is something that we're going through right now, we got to think about our happiness, at the end of the day. If this is something where we're feeling kind of challenged, or because this almost gives me like maybe this person could be like gaslighting you or something along those lines. I feel like don't let someone, allow someone to make us feel like we don't know what's going on in our reality here. I think that's anymore. I think that's not a person who we want to be around, Virgo, who, anyone who's playing like mind games or something like that, and just something to be mindful of too, Virgo, and this is a judgment-free zone. But if this is something where maybe we've noticed where, not that I feel like you're playing mind games per se, but you might be maybe, manipulating a situation, let's say, or it's like if you know that a person, like let's say you want to go, what's a good example? Let's say you want to go to, let's say we're deciding about a vacation, and you're like, I want to go to Disney World, and this other person's like, well, I want to go hiking. And it's just like, we may be the type where it's like, well, hey, that like, my allergies this, or I never care for the outdoors that, and think about all the fun you would have here, and blah 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 this, and and this could be what you're going through, Virgo, as well, but just something to be mindful of, really just be mindful in the situation of if there's any type of, I feel like ulterior motives or something along those lines anymore. Any ulterior motives or anything like that, that where it's got us, whereas if it's got us doubting how we're feeling, doubting our happiness, if it just really is just kind of affecting how we love here, and how we might, because Virgo, what I'm getting with this situation here is that I'm wondering if we're, I feel like we might be wondering if we're happy in a situation here. Maybe for some of us, if we're in a relationship, just with this Ace of Cups popping up in reverse here, I think that there might have been, I want to say we might be overthinking some things here, Virgo. I feel like maybe you went through something in the past that has caused you to maybe doubt this person now, let's say. This is just, maybe for some others, but anymore. I feel like that, there's this question of, like, is this person, have I really found love? Like, is this really, like, allowing yourself to be happy? I feel like I feel like we're in this place of where it's time to let go of the past and kind of, whatever we may be, because maybe we're stuck on, maybe something in a previous relationship, maybe something went down that we wish hadn't, or, something along those lines, Virgo. But I feel like it's time to, just how we started with the Six of Swords here, starting to let stuff go. We want to we're getting a strong message here of, starting to move away from the past and starting to not let that cloud what's going on in your present right now. Anymore. When I think about this past situation, maybe with some of us, maybe we've been, how do I want to put this? Maybe we've been where there's like, we want to start something, or I feel like that maybe for some of us, there's been this idea of how love should be. That if we find that person, we get married, we have the kids, the dog, the white picket fence, all of that, then we have succeeded, in that, that we found love. But I feel like what's going on here, maybe something happened in the past where something didn't quite go right, and it's, you're trying to move into something new, but there's still that old, there's still that, I feel like that idea of that you may possibly fail again, that this can't possibly be it, that it's just like, now that this one thing has happened, it's just going to be like that here going out. And, Virgo, that's a lot. I think that that's one of those things that relationships, how they end, either good or bad, are not meant to just there to bring us down. Even like the casual ones that come in our world. Everyone that we meet in life, there's a reason for it. There may not be significant in that moment, but it may come to play down the line. And I feel like some of us may benefit from approaching, thinking about our relationships, the past and going forward, like that. That, okay, this may not have gone ideal, but what did I learn from this thing? Because here's the thing, Virgo, depending on what went down, before things kind of went south, you know that you liked this person for some reason. You know, you understood what you liked about them, and then as you got to grow with them, you learned maybe some newer things that you liked about them, and maybe some newer things that we don't like about them. And this could too, Virgo. This also shows how we operate as well. I mean, we being you, Virgo. I'm living through you, and it can show things too that like maybe we notice that people like that we do, and maybe some things that we don't like, you know, some things that vice versa, Virgo. And you know, that's the whole point, I feel like, for relationships. You know, it's they're there to make you grow, sure, but when they don't work out, that's not a failure. You know, you can still keep up a good relationship with someone here. You know, it doesn't have to be, because sometimes maybe I think too is like we think we put in all this time and that all that energy was wasted, you know, and that's not the case. You know, that it's you've this stuff here, it's not pointless, it's not random, and it's there's growth that's trying to come from here. More, there's growth that's trying to come from this thing, but it's, you know, it's a journey, and it's going to, but you know, and it might feel hard sometimes. You know, it may feel like, you know, this whole burden with love and all of that, but it's all meant to, it's going to strengthen you, Virgo. Keep those. You know, there's it may not feel, you know, maybe, and you know, maybe something too, you know, maybe we've been looking for this, you know, this person to come in that's like our prize. You know, we've been, you know, this is like, we're thinking we're waiting for the universe to reward us here. When Virgo, I feel like that this reward, this great love that is coming for you, I think is already within you, Virgo. It's, and I know how that sounds. And that's not to say that you shouldn't be looking for love, but it's more so the fact that if we're still hurting from this thing, be with this thing, you know, and let your person know, you know, if we're still hurting with this thing, but we may have gotten with someone, you know, express what you're going through right now. You know, this is something that you know, because maybe we think maybe the people won't understand, you know, that they may leave us again, we may be back at square one. But again, Virgos, if this is something that, this is your partner here, and you know, I feel like if you level with them and you know, you let them know you're trying to get back in balance, you're trying to, you know, zen, you know, raise your vibrations back to normal, then I would think that this is someone who's going to support you. And if they're not supporting your expansion, then it just may not be the time, Virgo. It may be, because even when I look at all these aces here, you know, that, you know, this, when I said, you know, we were maybe thinking, if this love, is this, you know, meant to be the one here? You know, I feel like, I don't think that these being reversed is saying no, but I do think that they're saying that we're going to need to kind of find that connection within, you know, that we want to make sure that we're healed from this thing, you know, that we understand that, you know, what we want in love, you know, what we deserve in love, and you know, what's going to help us feel stable, both, which may help you feel stable and help you feel fulfilled. You know, I feel like if we're I'm thinking about too, you know, if we're wondering about the signs of love, those are going to be some of your signs. And in Virgo, you know, I talk about this with your energy quite a bit anymore. And I really feel like it's one of those that, not that I feel like you need to be single, but I think that it would benefit you to at least learn how it is that you operate. How do you find Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Cups in yourself, you know? Because a partner is important, you know, like I get wanting to have someone by your side going through this thing here, you know. That's the whole reason I started this channel, you know, trying to build like a soul tribe. But at the same time, if we want people to understand how to love us and how to treat us and in love and in life, you know, we have to start here. We have to treat ourselves with that same love, respect, and all of that compassion, you know, everything, Virgo. and I feel like that more. I think that that's something where for some of you, that might benefit. Maybe if we've been kind of hitting, maybe just sort of back to back kind of failures, or failures. I don't even want to say failures. More so like experiences. See if there's a theme in that. I think I was telling, I forgot who I was telling. Might have been Taurus, but I was telling them about, if we're, if we haven't had luck, or we feel like we haven't been lucky in love, think back, reflect on these past relationships. What was going on in all of them? When things were good, what was happening? When things were bad, what was happening? And how did it get to this result? In Virgo, I feel like you'll find the theme in there, the lesson that you're meant to get from there, because it's not even, I feel like it's something that where it's your fault that these things are going down here. It's just that we're not resonating, things aren't sticking, because there's still growth to be had. And I do feel like that, I'm honestly getting like it may be time for some of us to pause for a second, because I do think that there's a message that's being missed here. There's something that's trying to, I feel like higher self is trying to just to signal you about just like how we're going about finding love, I think, especially, really, because there's something about these aces here. And I think I'm going to get some clarification on those. Any more here? But I think that, yeah, Virgo, I feel like we're missing out on something key here, with whatever's been going down, if we've been clinging on to something, or if we're uncertain in love right now. There's something behind that, and that's excuse me, worth being destroyed. Yeah, thank you, higher self. Let's clarify these aces here, and then I think we'll get into some oracle cards. Because here's the thing too, Virgo, the aces for me are like new beginnings and new opportunities that are big opportunities that are getting ready to come in. And with these being in reverse, it's not that I don't feel like anything's coming in. It's just that it's just not time yet. It just something feels like where there's still some internal work that might need to be done before we get to this thing here. There's some healing. Absolutely, I do. I feel like that there's some healing that needs to be done. Any more here? There's some healing that needs to be done. And I feel like, looking at this thing from, how I was talking about from a couple different perspectives, just because I'm thinking about this is the sun in Gemini, and I'm thinking about Gemini energy as far as like that duality, and seeing this thing that, like, when I was saying, that it may not be time for love right now. It's not to say that there isn't love coming. It's just that there's you got your biggest love of your life, Virgo, is trying to get your attention, and that's you. That's and I think that's lovely. I think that's something where absolutely, I think that this is something that's worth putting your passion in, and it's something that's worth investing your time in. And take time with that, Virgo, getting to know yourself and getting to, because Virgo, I tell you what, I think about your energy, and this is Sagittarius's card, and so is this one. But I think about your energy and how you help people and how you heal. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it as many times as it takes. If you were to take your energy and focus that within, focus that here, really channel into your Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles here, love is going to come from you. It's just because you're going to be vibrating at a different resonance. That's the energy that you're going to be getting off. It won't feel so much like a task to find love. It'll be something where you where it just seems like it just comes naturally to you. That one will just sort of just like fall into place here. But yeah, Virgo, I feel like that this is right now within would benefit some of us, and just take it as it resonates, but and, I wouldn't tell you what to do, Virgo, but just some food for thought. And first oracle card kicking off, you got the commune card or the commune card, and I think that it's time to channel in your energies. You know, it's time to be with you and understand, you know, what you're bringing to the table. You know, how your energy operates here, and what does a balanced Virgo look like? What is a Virgo who loves themselves unconditionally, who treats themselves with respect? And I'm not saying that you mistreat yourself, Virgo, but you know, when was the last time that I feel like we've, you know, I was telling, I think I told Pisces, and I told Pisces, and I told, oh, who else? Scorpio, I want to say this. You know, when was the last time that you took yourself out for a date? You know, I think that's something that might be fun for you, Virgo. You know, the story that I've been telling with that is that, there was this woman, I used to work in food and beverage, and this woman came in. She was like my spirit animal. I loved it. She got a little table for herself, got her thing a nice little bottle of rosé. She treated herself too. She got an appetizer, a salad, main course, dessert. Girl just lived it up. I enjoyed her little self date as much as I think she did, almost maybe even more so. But any more here? But I feel like that, Virgo, I feel like we've been feeling kind of constricted for a while. You know, maybe there's been some health things that might be kind of manifesting here. And Virgo, something to think about with your energy too is that your house, or that you know, your where your sign rules over is the sixth house, and that has to deal, one of the things with that, it has to deal with health. And I feel like that sometimes when we're not balanced, Virgo, we being you, Virgo, that it may come out in health things, because those are something that I feel like that's like higher self's way of getting your attention, you know, that where we might actually pay attention, you know, and it might come across as like, oh, you got like a sore knee, or, you know, something always feels tight. But as soon as we start doing some emotional healing, this stuff starts to go away here. It's just like, you know, the body's trying to figure out what ways we can get this message across. So if we've been noticing something where, you know, we've been feeling where it's like, you know, we're constantly just, because really when you came out thinking about the gate, Virgo, is very much kind of, I feel like, in your head, and very much sort of just like a lot of question marks, you know, like comprehending like what's going on here, and, you know, what should I do? And, you know, I really, yeah, like Virgo, I just, because I really do believe that once you start doing some stuff within, it all works itself out anymore. Get yourself I feel like acquiring some tools to deal with your with these experiences. You know, let's click back over. And what I mean by some tools, you know, maybe practicing some affirmations, you know, whenever we might be feeling down or doubting ourselves in love or something along those lines. You know, maybe working with like a journal, maybe journaling some of our stuff here. You know, maybe just like, you know, just some kind of different tools, I feel like, to help us kind of when we get in these places of like doubt, or, you know, maybe we even get to a place of like criticizing ourselves or something along those lines, Virgo. I just feel like, you know, make sure that we're taking time to just like to be within, you know, and not try to force a relationship to work. Because sometimes, you know, if we're in a relationship and if we're questioning if we love this person, it's just like, okay, is that something with me? Is it like, do I not like this person because of something they're doing, or because it's something that I like, am I uncomfortable somewhere? You know, like what is that? And explore that, Virgo. I really feel like self-discovery for you, it's just like the name of the game here. So I think I'm going to leave that there. Hopefully you followed me there. That made sense. That was the loved ones have been pretty deep this go around, at least so far for the Earth signs. It was very lot going on here, Virgo. So, but no, you're not alone in this thing. We're navigating this stuff out together. But give that a thumbs up if you like this thing, and Virgo, share this. You know, if you know someone who might resonate with this energy, you know, let's raise that vibration. Subscribe, hit that bell button. You'll get notified when I release videos each week. I'm getting better about being all up on social media. When I'm recording this, you know, I had made a promise to Cancer on my other channel, and I think I even told Taurus this, so now I'm telling you, I'm working on social media. I am going to create an Instagram. What I'm going to do on Instagram, I have no idea, but it's going to be there, and I'm going to figure it out. And lastly, if we have any Cancer in your placements, maybe we're dealing with the Cancer, check out my other channel, The Sheridan Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans and all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise card so I can get you out of here. Nice, nice. So we got the Strength card over here, which, we're going to go in on that one, Virgo. And then we have the Perception in reverse. And I like both of these. You know, I really, this is a strong kind of finish here because I feel like, Virgo, there's a lack of confidence, I feel like, here. You know, I feel like that there's a lot of doubt that I think that's going on in this sense, you know, and I feel like a change is trying to happen. I feel like a lesson is trying to pop out of here. Some kind of growth is trying to, I know we just got through self-growth, but I feel like, you know, some kind of something, a lion is trying to be released from this energy here. You know, there's something, that confidence, that Virgo energy is trying to heal itself and feel good about itself. And you know, I feel like if we're in this place where it feels like if we don't find a relationship, we failed, or that, you know, we can't seem to keep something or keep a relationship because of maybe something that we're doing, you know, whatever it is that's keeping this lion energy down. You know, Virgo, I say let's switch up the narrative. You know, let's figure out where the lessons are, how we can lift ourselves up again so that we can feel confident in love. You know, really Virgo, focus. And it's funny, you know, right? And I mean, no, never mind, that won't apply. But I was just, well, I'll mention it. You know, when I'm recording this, you know, you probably won't see it until Monday, but the moon has just came out of Leo. And, you know, that's a time I feel like this energy, and hopefully you do it this weekend, or at least start to just kind of get in touch with that like inner child, you know, or just see where it's a good energy to do some healing and it's just really fun energy. So I'm sending some of that your way. I hope you know, I wish this was coming out a little bit sooner, but all right, Virgo, I'm going to leave that there. I'm just now we're just chit-chatting, so which I don't mind. I kind of like where the theme of these, how I've been kind of doing the spreads lately. Hopefully it feels a little bit more like a conversation, and, you know, we're just kind of working this thing out together. So stay safe out there, Virgo, and raise your vibration, you know, because I already know that you can raise other people's vibrations, Virgo. I've seen it. But, you know, I want to see you, all Virgos, you know, really focus on raising your vibrations through the roof, because you really can. I think about, I just got chills. It was funny. I was kind of thinking about this last night, and I was like, you know, Virgo would make, you know, really good in any kind of like holistic type of health, or like life coaches, you know, or, you know, motivational speakers, something along those lines, because your energy really is just, you see it. You can see everything, all the improvements that need to be done, and it's just like, let's do it. So do that for yourself, Virgo. Map out all the stuff and be compassionate to yourself. We're not picking flaws. We're working on things that we can improve. So raise your vibration through the roof, and I will catch you. I'm just a chatty Cathy today. I'll catch you on the next one later.